the TMO for today. Canada in the dark strip will get this game underway then. And kicking off, James Pritchard. He's the experienced fullback, Australian-born, of course. Plays his rugby in England with great distinction for Bedford. First penalty goes to Tonga. And very interesting to see the change at halfback here for the Tongans, with Taniela Moa, who was quite near at one stage to actually becoming an All Black at halfback, at scrum half. Moving out to the 10 position today, which he does play in every now and again. And Kurt Morris then going to full back. Morris, the goal kicker, started at number 10, as I say, against New Zealand, kicked 5 points. And the try scorer we saw very briefly there, Alisona Malolo, wearing 1, who came on as a replacement. Lokotui is the main line-out forward in the middle, taking the ball there. And Thomas Palo, young player from Club Rugby in Wellington, who's coming at scrum half. Murrah, hands on ball immediately. Plays his rugby for Souths in Sydney, but also educated rugby-wise at Clonakilty in Corkin Island at one stage. Good start then by Tonga. That's a fallout. And at number 8. Moa again. Good running off the ball here as well, bringing in the outside winger and the big centre, Patahehi. Very impressive start indeed in the first minute and a half by Tonga here, asking major questions. Boas switches the ball. Palu waits again. Not the tallest of men, but he's quite a physical player.
Number 2.
Warning word from the referee for Pat Ryden, the Canadian skipper, playing an advantage, which Thomas Palu looked to take advantage of, but couldn't in fact. Pick up and drive once again by Tonga. Number 4, Jeb Sinclair. He's the second row forward in the black for Canada, who alternates between second row and back row. Big tackle coming in, and Sione Timani wearing 4 for Tonga. What a good pass, beautifully taken though by Moa. By Nicolo. A lot of experience in New Zealand rugby. Making his first start of this year's event by Nicolo. And the Canadians, as yet, haven't actually touched the ball. Long pass again then by Moa. Left to Billy Hill. Again, Vahafalu at number 8. Waits to control the ball for Tonga. Just need a bit of variation maybe at the moment here, rather than a crash-bang wallop approach. Moa's pass is a good long one into Puti. To Vainicolo. Still Vainicolo. Tackled in the end by Kleeberger. But the ball had gone forward, but what a great start this is by Tonga. 15 phases in that attack already. And unlucky in a sense not to get the first try of the game, involving Fetu Vainicolo from the start here on the right wing. Former Highlander.
That's right.
13 tries in 2 seasons of Super Rugby. Playing for Otago. Ex-Northland. Moved to New Zealand from Tonga at 12 years of age.
Remember I told you, you interlock with him, it's their ball.
Tonga with the weight advantage as well up front. And we'll see what effect that has then as the Canadians get ball in hand. First of all, for the first time, and it's Ed Fairhurst. His first job is to feed the scrum, so it's a big scrum defensively for the Canadians. Not binding properly the Tongans. Lack of discipline in that area. And so Canada, I'm sure, will be pretty relieved that they've got away without conceding a score in these opening few minutes. So Malolo, the man penalised. Malolo propping on this side against Jason Marshall. First opportunity then for the skipper, Pat Riordan, to throw into the line-out. Jeff Sinclair, Jamie Cudmore at 5. It goes to Kleeberger, wearing 6. And nicely controlled at the back. Aaron Carpenter, not the tallest either of number 8. He's only barely 6 foot, but a good rugby player and a good try scorer as well. As the kick goes downfield, easy take though, no pressure. Phil McKenzie wearing 11, not really able to get up quickly there on Vainicolo. So Morith able to clear his lines. So again, it'll be a throw-in into the line-out for the Canadians. They'll be pretty happy if they can get Tonga to actually kick the ball out to give them the opportunity from this set piece. See, already they've got options not just in the second row but also in the back row. In from the wing again is Phil McKenzie, and another man really to watch out for here, Chauncey O'Toole, wearing 7 for Canada, who was the man of the tournament in the Churchill Cup in England earlier this year. Because his side haven't had possession, not much opportunity to get in the game as yet. Lovely flat passing. Here he comes. This is O'Toole. First touch will join the Ospreys, the Swansea Ospreys, after this World Cup. Very highly rated indeed, the number 7. Andy Munro, Canadian-born, family from Scotland, as his name might suggest. His grandfather, Sir Hector Munro, is president of the Scottish Rugby Union and also Minister of Sport, we might remember. The ball's going forward though, called by Jonathan Kaplan for a defensive scrum to Tonga. Tonga, as you say, ranked number 12 in the world, which is their best ever ranking. They played in 5 of the previous 6 World Cups, missing just 1991. Well, they're beaten twice by Canada in their 2 clashes. The first time at Napier in New Zealand in 1987, going down by 47 points to 4. 37 points to 4, I beg your pardon.
Touch.
4 points, yes, the lovely old days of 4-point tries. Conceding 7 tries and just scoring 1 that day to the Canadians. That's a careless ball by Moa. Fortunately for him, went out to Billy Hillo. Ryan Smith, 12. He's the experienced centre for Canada, looking to get into the action there, but Tonga have managed to protect the ball. Pino Maka, number 6, the skipper we saw there. Played at 7 on the open side against New Zealand. Didn't make a huge bit of difference, I don't think, to the way that he plays this game. Big pressure then at the breakdown as Canada battle for the turnover. Protecting it, Jamie Cudmore, 5. Man who plays his rugby for Clermont Auvergne in France. Controversial character, certainly, but a very, very experienced player. And it's Canada who'll get the put in. So, after withstanding all the early pressure from Tonga at the start of this game, here's a platform then for the Canadians. And Adam Kleeberger, big ball carrier for them. That is sloppy defensive play. Cardinal sin there, Kurt Morith. First of all, letting the ball drop. Tongan's also conceding the turnover. And in danger.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
There's the Fields. Free kick awarded though against Canada. Referee deciding there was plenty of time to get that scrum in there, the ball into the scrum rather. And Taumalolo looking to put some pressure that time on Jason Marshall. And from the smile on his face, pretty happy about the way that set piece went. Fails to find touch though. That also a cardinal sin really. With the throw to come later, wearing 13. DTH van der Merwe, South African born. Plays his rugby for Glasgow now in the Celtic League. Almost John Saracens at one stage as well, before that injury ruled that move out. But he's very much a key man in the back division. Daniel Tailifer Houman van der Merwe. Referee then calls a halt immediately. Pat Riordan, as I said, experienced skipper too for Canada. Captained the side 19 times since Kieran Crowley, man from Taranaki in New Zealand, took over as coach of the Canadians in 2008. Winning his 40th cap today, Pat Riordan. Quite unusually in this day and age, very much a starter as well, making his 32nd start. Van der Merwe scored against the USA in the warm-up games, and he gets ball on hand. He's a powerful, strong runner. Lieberger also alongside Aaron Carpenter, and Chauncey O'Toole, the flyer, on this side of the scrum.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Pretty solid scrum that time for Tonga. And Palu opens things up. Kenzie batting away well though. Van der Merwe in support also. Excellent play by the Canadians at the breakdown that side, and the hard work done by a back in the first instance. Phil McKenzie wearing 11. Going in at the breakdown and stealing the ball. Van der Merwe not quite able to stay on the field of play. Strong running. Fatapehi passing it on to Piatau. Played on the wing against New Zealand, now switched to outside centre. So in this seesaw battle, now it's Tonga. Kick bouncing up quite nicely though for James Pritchard, but under some pressure, the Canadians. To Monroe. Ball passed back to him inside the 22, and again the Tongans letting the opportunity to catch the ball clean go. And that's cost them valuable seconds, which they might have been able to use to counter-attack. That is a very poor kick back as well. Chauncey O'Toole showing he's got good strength as well as footballing ability as well. Monroe at pace. That's into Mackenzie. You have to say they do look quite impressive when they do get ball in hand, the Canadians. Not a good pass that time. Zamira van der Merwe running strongly, the pass outside. It's Smith, links there with Jeb Sinclair. First try of the game goes to Canada. What a start by the Canucks. And a great example there of the strength in midfield of DTH van der Merwe. Jeb Sinclair, just his second international try, and the great work again of Chauncey O'Toole in the first instance, and the pace provided by Anders Monroe, support again from Phil McKenzie, who's looked for work whenever possible. Not a good bounce, but how often does that work out in favour of the attacker? The offload, Ryan Smith, all his experience then, playing in France, handing on the ball to Jeb Sinclair. What a moment for him. He'll enjoy that at the Medeski, because Jeb Sinclair joins London Irish shortly, the 25-year-old. And it's the sort of form that the Irish will be looking from him. James Pritchard, 380 points in his Canadian career. Started in Australia playing rugby league for Parramatta and then Randwick in Union before joining the Bedford Blues. He's a Canadian grandfather. And big moment here for James Pritchard and for his family. His second child due this Friday. So lots of considerations other than just rugby on the mind of James Pritchard. No mistake though, slots that beautifully. Canada lead by 7 points to 0. And we've highlighted the danger of the South African-born Van der Merwe. Lovely little swivel then by Ryan Smith as well. So let's see what the Tongans are made of. They certainly allowed New Zealand to get the upper hand in the early exchanges in the opening game, but you can understand the tension of that occasion. In a sense, a more low-key affair this in the stadium up at Tonga. But we really do need to get their game plan in action. Sitoli Maka, the coach, the captain's brother rather, who wants little brother to actually get after the action here.
Sides.
Phil Mackenzie, good work again by the number 11, the Canadian, on the floor, but in the meantime they'd been anyway.
Sides.
An infringement.
Yep.
So Kurt Murrath will get the chance to kick at goal. 19 points in the Churchill Cup victory over the USA at Isha in June this year, and then played all three in this season's Pacific Nations tournament for Tonga. 20 points in the win over Fiji. Reached his total of 100 points for his country in just his 7th game. The testing conditions for kickers coming up to his 150-point mark then in Test rugby. Straight kick. That's the wind taking it away. Missed chance again then for Murrath as he just checks the wind. And you have to say at all points, the start has been made by Canada. 7 points to 0 they lead.
Yeah, let's go.
And James Pritchard it'll be to restart for them. Just going for length downfield this time. Good take. Lamoa. No, in fact, Talipate Fatapehi in the centre. Noah gets the ball to Tau Malolo. Excellent play. Not a good pass in the end though by Pia Tau. Harlow into centre field. Tackle coming in though by Under Munro. Hasn't got the strength though really to get past Vayumunga. Tonga maintaining the possession. Again they get an advantage, which the scrum half are demanded. And then gets it by just kicking the ball away. Hands on the floor in the ruck. I think it might have been Chauncey O'Toole conceding the penalty.
7.
It is, indeed. And the decision by Fino Maka, despite the miss from a similar position by Kurt Murrath. Missed the previous one. But Tonga will take another attempt here. Murrath himself will take another attempt, and his captain will hope that he will have learned something from the wind in that first kick. Pretty straight as we see. Good long pass by Taniela Moa. And the tackle was a good one coming in from Monroe, but physically not really strong enough to stop the Tongan in his tracks by Yomunga. Strike again is a poor one. That's two straightforward misses for the Tongans, and they might well rue these missed chances. Pritchard again, as he did on the last occasion, goes long, inviting the Tongans to run this ball back, and again handling error. Referee waits for an advantage to see whether the Canadians make anything of it. Jeff Sinclair setting the ball up.
First infringement.
Now Jonathan Kaplan will bring them back. The first infringement was a knock-on. So this will be scrum to Canada. Jeff Sinclair taking a bit of a bang there, but won't worry unduly. Referee Kaplan just wants to go over the other side to check on that battle between Tao Malolo and Jason Marshall. On this side, on the tight head side, Kissy Poulou of Perpignan. Very, very experienced top 14 player in France for Tonga. There's the strength again of Van der Merwe under pressure. Look at the work, at the mauling work of Mackenzie, but in fact it's not enough on this occasion. A turnover ball for Tonga. Tao Malolo. Got three men to bring him down. And tight in there in support of the ball carrier. Palu again waits, scrum half. There's a look in both directions once Tao Malolo switched to this side of the field. First of all, though, it's the skipper, Fino Maka. Here comes Tao Malolo.
On me!
Tonga patiently building up now, as they must do. With a quarter of this game gone, trailing by the one try of the game for Canada. They have an opportunity to create some space for Billy Hello. Knocked on. On the far side is the signal coming in. Steve Walsh is the assistant on that side of the field. And surely Tonga can't go on making errors such as these.
That's good, keep working. Yeah, that's good, both of you. Well done, keep working.
Good tackle coming in on Van der Merwe, and good play at the breakdown as well, this time by Sione Vayomunga. And some space there, very poor pass indeed, and Billy Hillu unable to take it.
Outsiders, I remember.
Yep, frustrating time at the moment for the Tongans.
Crowd. Touch. Pause. Engage. Head to head, number one.
This time, Tao Malolo is penalised.
Head to head.
Head to head, says the referee. Against Jason Marshall. And Monroe with space on that touchline. Needs to find touch though, and he does so, because it's so important now for Canada, because skipper Pat Riordan will have the throw-in at this line-out, and it's the chance for the Canadians to build on what they've done in the first 23.5 minutes of this first half. Tonga territorially have had the advantage, but Canada have made their visits pay in the opposing 22 with that try. So Riordan now has Sinclair 4, Cudmore 5, Kleberger 6 at the front. It goes though to Cudmore. Good quick first phase possession. Referee's happy with that challenge. Fairhurst to Pritchard. Not much space though on that side of the field. Good play though by Ryden, the skipper. Now then Munro. Sloppy pass, but still opportunities here. No, interception coming in from Tonga. This time the error was a Canadian one, but Tonga were offside. Katahehi, the centre, spotted by the referee. And so Tonga, as well as missing 2 kicks at goal themselves, not from this easy a position, it must be said, but missing 2 chances nevertheless. Aaron Carpenter it was who picked up the ball there, and already Fatafehi had come up offside. And so James Pritchard. There's a great chance from in front of the posts. Current captain of the Bedford Blues. Broke the 400-point mark for them last season as well. And makes no mistake to extend his side's lead. 10 points to 0, the Canucks in front. Ephraim Taukafa, the hooker for Tonga, actually played and started in that game in 2003. Down at Wollonga. Pretty good hanging ball, but an error, must be said, by Canada, although they knocked it back towards their own side. Ed Fairhurst played quite a bit in the UK with the Cardiff Blues, has played down in Cornwall as well with the Cornish Pirates. Now, a little dummy pass from Vainicolo, showing his strength, but again he loses possession. The ball had gone forward, so again referee Jonathan Kaplan is playing the advantage to Canada. Fairhurst with the long ball downfield, and look at that again. Basic errors by the Tongans. This time Taniela Moa, he should know better than that. In attack and looking pretty good, but then Vainicolo, having done the hard work, allowed Pritchard just to get the little piece on the ball, and then Moa lets the ball drop. That is shocking. Stands a chance though for Siona Timani and Lokatui, the 2 second-row forwards. Timani wearing 4, who will be joining up with the Llanelli Scarlets next season, having played some club rugby in Wales with the Carmarthen Quins. Now that's better, creating some space now. Chance on the far side for Helu. Makes it count, catches the ball this time after the work by Pieta. Counter-rucking was good though by Canada, and Tonga penalised this time for coming in at the side. Well, I'm sure that Kieran Crowley, the New Zealander in charge of Canada, must be delighted with the way his side are approaching this game. Another old playing partner, Mr. Fitzpatrick's. Just a quiet word from skipper Pat Riordan to Andy Munro. Might have said, don't be too ambitious. We've got the ball at the line-out coming up here. But look at the way that Tongans, for once there, created the space in centre field for Piata to get the opportunity to release Billy Helu. Canada this time reducing the numbers then. The ball stolen by Lokatui for Tonga. Dominated the line of exchanges so far, Lua Lokatui. This season, after an absence of almost 10 years from international rugby, made his debut in 2001 against the likes of Yestin Harris and Anthony Sullivan from Rugby Rugby League, who are playing for Wales then. In the meantime, he's been playing for the Kanetsu Liners in Japan. 31-year-old wearing 5. Tonga getting the ball out wide again to Vainikolo, and the support this time as well. Vainikolo goes in then to help the effort as well. But again, the ball has gone forward. You have to say that even though they were keen to open up from their own territory via the long pass by Taniela Moa,
I'm asking the number
that
one.
convincing. That was convincing enough.
Outside the opposition.
The steal at the liner.
He's saying he's attacking him.
But here, it's a little pedestrian, isn't it? They managed to get the ball out right, but really they want to give space to Vainikolo, really, in the first instance. And then the handling error comes up to make things even worse. Yep, frustrating all time, it certainly is, for Tonga. To half-hour mark, 58 to 42. Territorial advantage, say the figures. Yeah, handling errors 5 to 1.
I don't want you to go too far. Shoulder out.
But Ryden needs to be patched up. Ryan Hamilton is the man on standby and coming into the front row as a blood replacement.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Hurst feeds, Carpenter controls the ball. Munro, his option this time, put the kick up for Ryan Smith. And Fundamer better chase again, it's a handling error by the Tongans. This time it shouldn't matter too much. Lieberger, number 6, just misses the first tackle for Canada.
Push back, push back. Short offside.
This time, penalty award at the breakdown goes against Canada.
First 2.
And here he is, Brian Hamilton. The clock is ticking down. No problems on the Canadian side. We'll need to make another change possibly. A lot of pressure on Jason Marshall on the tight head side there.
Play on.
Taumalolo, the prop.
Wait till it's out there, Simon. Wait till it's out.
Well, that didn't look very straight, did it? But referee's happy to let it continue. Another error. Munro, instead of going for glory, looking for the one-handed pickup, he'd be better off, wouldn't he, actually falling on the ball there. As it is, Canada have conceded the put-in at the scrum.
So he's still in the injury zone.
And there we are, the scars of battle. Under Munro looking more like a boxer as O'Toole seems to be leaving the field. Now this is certainly a blow for Canada. Tyler Hodgson is the man being brought down. That is a loss. Chauncey O'Toole.
Let the match doctor check it. Thanks.
Sad end then, after the first appearance for Chauncey O'Toole in this year's competition. Tyler Hodgson, people down in West Country, in the West Country, will know the number 18 very well. As we just see for the moment, a fallout, needing just some treatment, just a bandage there. Tyler Hodgson wearing 18 for Canada. Played for 2 seasons for Plymouth Albion and has agreed a new deal.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Canada looking to put pressure. It's one area where Hodgson will certainly not weaken things for them. With the kick, Good counter-rucking this time by Tonga, but going off their feet.
Off your feet.
Diving in on the ground, and it might
Captain
well
and
have been
12.
Fatafehi, yep. The
Captain
centre.
and 12 off your feet.
So again, lack of discipline is costing the Tongans dear. Carpenter, outside him was Fundemerve. But that is not a good kick at all, and it's so poor, in fact, it's gone dead. They'll come back here for the scrum from where he kicked that ball. Bit too much adrenaline, maybe. But overall, the Canadians will be very pleased indeed with their effort in this first period. They thought maybe the #1 priority for them here between now and the interval will be to keep that 0 up there, as far as Tonga are concerned.
Crouch.
Taumalolo, Taukapos, Kisipulu.
Pause.
Hubert Bidens is the prop on the loose head side for Canada. Moa, little short ball this time. Heeled out, good steps. But again, it's a turnover ball, but again, it's illegal, says the referee.
Standing offside.
Coming in at the side, Canada.
Hold on, penalty. Okay. Scrum.
From the solid scrum, Tonga able to attack, and a nice step, certainly, by Piu Tau in the first place. There we are. Number 6, Kleeberger,
Last line.
in
Last
at
one,
the
push
side
back.
there, offside.
Big one. Get in on a bit. Second.
Interesting, the decision by Tonga is to go for the scrum. Interesting split of the 3 quarters here,
Touch.
which is just maybe
Pause.
Pahafola at 8
Engage.
might instigate something over on that side of the field. No, in fact, keeps it going to Palu. Good running by the scrum half. Good protection as well, Pahapalu, linking with Vayumunga. Palu keeps it going. Taken on by Sione Timani. Building up the phases, and referee Kaplan is actually playing an advantage again to Tonga. Moa, all knocked down. Was that deliberately by Monroe? Referee will bring them back anyway, because he is playing an advantage to Tonga.
We have short offsides and player killing the ball.
So what will be the decision for Finomaka here? His kicker,
captain.
Kurt Morris, having missed
Captain.
2 out of 2 so far
Yep.
in this half.
There are now too many short offsides close to the ruck. We'll give you a chance to talk to your players, failing which, we're going to look at alternative action.
Just a little warning from Jonathan Kaplan to Pat Riordan, the Canadian captain. Just too many offsides creeping in.
Time on.
So the decision at the end of the day then is to kick for the corner. The wind obviously proving very, very difficult for Kurt Morris as far as kicking points are concerned. Canada will wonder whether this is more than a 10-point wind, whether they should get more, but it's Tonga then. Again, Timani takes the ball on the 22. Palu has a look on both sides, but all the strength is to his left. Carpenter 8, battling away for possession for Canada. Now it's composure that Tonga needs. Taumalolo. They're lining up on this side of the field. Kisipulu this time. Taukapa, the hooker, was outside him. It's the strongman Moa at outside half. Fairly lateral at the moment though for Tonga. They will look to bash their way through, but the tackling of Canada for the moment has been solid. Long pass in the middle of the field by Nicolo. Moved over from the right, adding some numbers. That's good support play by Tonga. Up to 8 phases. Bouncing feet of Taukapa again, the hooker. Again, the change of direction by Palu. By Nicolo over there. To say though, quality of the passing not really crisp enough. The pressure there certainly is here for the Canadians to face the pick up and go. Baha Folau at number 8.
Onside.
Referee is playing an advantage. Offside against Canada. It might well be a card as well. As Tonga extended to 13 phases. Timani driven back in the challenge. Taumalolo this time. The Canadians screaming for more support and screaming as well. There might well have been some transgressions there. Tackled by Ryan Hamilton, a big one. Oh, just the slip by Thomas Palu. By Nicolo 14 in there as well. Now then Moa, out wide. Try comes in then. At last, Siale Piatau. The outside centre making all the pressure pay at the end of this first period. Getting not just his first try in Rugby World Cup, but his first try in international rugby, winning just his 4th cap today. Played for the Highlanders in the Super 15 last season, and previously for the Chiefs down in Waikato. And good work there by Sione Timani to maintain the possession. Space then finally coming up for the Tongans, creating the space for Piatau. And there's a big, big score for Tonga just before the interval. Failures already from 2 long-distance penalty kicks for Kurt Morris. This time though the flags are up, and that's the last piece of action in this first period. What a time to get a score. Canada had held sway for much of the half, and they still lead at the interval by 10 points to 7.
Well, if you've just joined us, you're very welcome. We are live in Whangarei for this cracking little game between Canada and Tonga. Unlike him, I hope you're awake. You should be, because there's a good second half in store. Canada leading, not what we expected, boys. Let's be honest. Sean, you were talking up the Tongans quite a bit, but Canada.
Yeah, Canada's played very well, and I think Tonga, as I said, maybe a bit of a hangover from the All Black game in terms of getting back up. It's their second game. It's Canada's first game, but Canada played very well. But just towards the end of that first half, you can see Tonga starting to build some phases, starting to build some momentum, and scored a good try to keep them in the game. 10 points to 7. You'd think Canada would be a lot further ahead in terms of the dominance they had in that first half.
Well, let's see how they get on. It's time for the second half. Let's rejoin Bob Simmons.
Thanks very much, Craig. Yes, it's Tonga who had 63% of the possession, we're told, in that first half, but still trailed by 3 points. I have to say there isn't, of course, a poor bookie in the world, but beats me why they make Tonga such hot favourites for this game, because the Canadians have come on so well in the 3 years that Kieran Crowley's been there since taking over. And they play some composed rugby. And you see they will need to do so again in this second period. Murroth immediately testing the strength of the wind, which is now behind him, but much too far away. Now, Dirk van der Merwe, that wasn't very clever. So the Canadians, in turn, need to put the kick forward. Back to Fahey. Skipper Pat Riordan, number 2, back on the field after blood treatment. James Pritchard, plenty of time to clear his lines. Quickly taken by Tonga, as of course they're allowed to do these days.
Tackle assist. 6. Tackle assist.
This time, Adam Kleeberger is the man penalised. Referee's very, very keen indeed on that transgression, as they've been instructed to do so. And Murroth, who had 2 unsuccessful attempts in the first period, into the wind, now has the elements in his favour as he looks to put Tonga in the lead for the first time in this game. With Murroth within 1 point then of 150 in international rugby. Just that one success so far, the conversion of Piatau's try. Just his 11th international game today, Kurt Murroth. That is the 10-metre line. You can see now the comparative strengths of the wind in the 2 directions. No mistake at all then for Kurt Murroth on this occasion. Tonga in the lead for the very first time at the start of this second period. I beg your pardon, my maths wasn't ever my strongest point, I'm sorry for that. It is, of course, 10 points all. Tonga back. Even Stevens with Canada at the beginning of the second period, 10-all. Big period now then for Canada. Need to show their composure. Ryan Smith, tackle, looked to be a little high by Taniela Moa. Yes, referee playing an advantage to the Canucks. Monroe jinking away nicely. Good clearance work as well. Riordan, the skipper, with the headband. Kleeberger. Referee will bring them back for the penalty. Good ball carrier, Adam Kleeberger, strong runner. Huge, beautiful beard too, isn't it? Hasn't got very far though, has he, with his runs to date? But now, James Pritchard, penalty and a conversion in the first half. 100% record. Also played for Plymouth down in the West Country, as well as Perpignan in France, Northampton as well, and Prairie Fire in Canada. Just a little step, stroke of the ball, yes. Little nod of the head from Steve Walsh to Stuart Turridge, confirming the kick did go over. It's Canada again to lead then, 13-10. A lot of support locally, obviously, for the Tongans in New Zealand. They look for their supporters now then to get behind them. Looking the Tongans to build up the phases as they did successfully in the first half of the game. Van der Merwe showing his strength again, getting the ball away. Again, it's Kleeberger. From the Murray, that's gone forward, surely. Yep, the referee finally has to call him back. Ryan Smith charging forward. Kieran Hearn. Oh, could see glory, couldn't he? And the contribution from the Murray and Kleeberger. Key here. Good little step, good support as well. Then at the end of the day, the ball just went forward in the challenge on Daniel van der Merwe. So a scrum to Tonga.
Crouch. Touch. Pause.
Thomas Palu, a scrum half, making his first start for Tonga today. After three appearances, rather, as a replacement. Interestingly, 2 of those have been at fly half. Now Taniela Moa switches from scrum half to fly half for Tonga in this game. Funny old game, as they say.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Scrum again is pretty solid for Tonga, giving them the good platform. Change of angle, good support as well. Coming in from the left wing that time, Billy Hello. Second phase ball is there also. This time it's Sione Timani. Got the fallout, collecting the ball at number 8. This is a test, and certainly for Canada. Oyamunga into the 22, the 7. Not a good pass, well taken though by Takapa. This time it's Lokatui. One direction, then the other from Tonga. Into the pocket as well goes Taniela Moa here, but the possession is very slow indeed. So they'll build it up again rather than go for the drop goal. No problem again. Tonga with maintaining the possession. Canada though counter-rucking away brilliantly. Finally the kick has to come in from James Pritchard. And Fairhurst, the scrum half. And a man who's played all over the park for his country. Played at fullback and at outside half as well as scrum half that time though. The ball had been passed into the 22, so they weren't allowed to kick it out. So they'll have to come back for the line out to Tonga. Big period of the game now for Pino Maka and his team. Ibrahim Takapa into the line out. Canada competing well, but the ball ricocheted back all the way to Takapa again. Not this time though. It's Canada have the chance now then to maintain the possession.
Let it come.
Good physical play as well, but there the ball charged down. Thomas Pulu just knocking it on though. Going for glory.
Just hang on. Yeah, you can't catch those.
So errors on both sides. The scrum half Fairhurst's pass intended for Ander Monroe was knocked down. The bounce this time goes Canada's way.
Just hold him, Stu. Hold him. Sub on. Just hold.
Use the line, sir, yeah?
Just hold him.
So, a change on the Tongan side with Ma'afu, wearing 19. Iliami Ma'afu coming on at number 8, inclusive of Hafolo. Agents just taking a few seconds just to sort a few things out before this line-out. Let's get on with it. That's the message from Tonga. And referee Jonathan Kaplan too will get the Canadians quickly into this line. Ryder Goes towards Kleeberger. Again, good take at the front by the flanker. Charging run is by Jason Marshall. Fairhurst goes left. Some dummy runs for him. Pritchard. Little kick and chase. Nothing wrong with that, says the referee. And by Nicolo. Kicking it downfield where Pritchard, of course, is upfield and missing. Straightening up again. DTH van der Merwe, great play. At hand also was the try scorer Jeff Sinclair. Munro to Pritchard. Another impressive piece of play by Canada, but they need to make these opportunities count. Ball is lost in contact. Here's the chance then for Tonga to counter-attack. The pass was a poor one, really. Billy Hello with the kick and chase. Still very much in it, though. And the Canadians just about managing to get the ball clear. Real danger. That's good running in attack, certainly, by DTH van der Merwe for Canada, creating that opportunity. He is such a strong man. In the end, it was the kick forward by James Pritchard and just fell over the foot, really, did he? Oh, I don't know. That looked a bit cynical by Ephraim Kappa, referee. And assistants not spotting it.
In you go.
Sipulu replaced by Halana Olika. The second change on the Tongan side. Opting to go for the slowest ball at the front of the line out. But going for certainty rather than the gamble. Told by the referee they have to use it or lose it. So again, setting up the phases just outside the Canadian 22. Palo into midfield. First touch for Aulika. The replacement wearing 18. Little switch ball on the angle. Pietau will get his second try. Having a big influence on this game. Siale Pietau. His first 2 tries in international rugby. Such important tries for his team as well. And defensively, well, the Canadians will ask question. It was a simple switch. There were some numbers there in defence for the Canadians, but no answer to the running there of Piotau. 15 stone 3, a powerful centre. Number 13 for Tonga. North asking for a hand in controlling the ball with that wind. Worth the effort, because that's a 7-pointer for Tonga. And suddenly this game has really come alive at the start of this second period. Just the change of angle, enough to unlock the Canadian defence. So we must see now then what these Canadians are made of. Kimani in the second row, replaced by Kalamafoni. Wearing 20 for Tonga. Ball's gone loose as well. So Canada having to double back quickly. Now then, did that go forwards or backwards? Berger, referee decides it was okay. Good protection of the ball as well, and van der Merwe going one way, then the other, but to great effect before his ankle tapped. Just moving into the Tongan half then through Carpenter. And this time though, it's Canada who are guilty of the error, knocking the ball on. Maybe feeling they have to play the rugby a little bit at long distance now. Whereas I'm sure What they want to do is to get down there. Chauncey O'Toole happily back in action. Second victim of a cut, needing some blood treatment.
Yep, we're good to go. Good to go.
61 possession. That's what the figures say for Tonga.
Crouch.
It's been quite a battle between these two on this side of the scrum.
Touch. Pause. Hege.
Marshall on the tight head side for Canada has a bit of experience as a flanker. Maybe not the best thing in the tight. That's a lovely little kick off the outside of his boot by scrum half Palu. Richard under trouble, in trouble. Referee decides the tackle was lawful. Going forward, Tonga will get the foot in. Now the question with the tackle was whether there was an element of a spear tackle in there. Pritchard getting away from the first man. Now that is not allowed. Outstanding attacking position for Tonga. Just a few metres out from the Canadian line. 17-13 they lead, thanks to the second try of the game by Tiale Piatau, their centre.
Pause.
The Tongan scrum is pretty solid, but the interception is there. Again, they let themselves down, but in turn, so do Canada. Again, the referee is playing an advantage to Tonga.
Push back, yeah, push back. Push back, push back.
Reorganisation then by scrum half Thomas Palu. There's Ephraim Tukafa. And first of all, Lokatui in the lock outside him.
Short offsides.
Again, the referee is playing an advantage. It's a long one for Tonga. For an offside against Canada.
6.
Into centre field, little kick and chase then. Oh, just goes dead. So anyway, the referee will bring them back for the penalty. Worth the try that. By Taniela Moa with a little kick through. He knew he had a penalty anyway. Nice little stubbed kick. But just too far. Painful blow for Alipate Patapehi, the centre. Big and strong enough not to worry too much about it. Those 16 stone 11 of centre. Come back, in fact, then for the scrum. What a big decision. Tonga going for blood.
Pat.
Again, the referee decides that the Canadians have to make a blood change.
Just give it a wipe there.
For the second time in this game, Pat Riordan has some problems. Given time, though, given time by the referee before he takes on the opposing front row. Lana Olika wearing 18, we saw on the far side, on the tight head side.
Touch. Pause. Hege.
Thomas Palu feeds the scrum. The pick and go is by Ma'apu. Just taken down by Canada, but if they get quick ball here, hands in the rack. Lack of discipline again and by the Tongans.
Yeah, it was isolated and counter-up was good and then he carried on playing it.
Having committed the offence that resulted in the penalty.
Just, there you go.
Sorry. was meanwhile behind the last foot.
There was a few players last line.
So it's Andaman Rowe, outside half, and takes Canada just about up to their 22. Kleberger in strongly as ever with the tackle there. Ryder patched up again to the front of the liner towards Kleberger. 20, Sione Kalamaponi for Tonga. Best. It's not a good kick. Allows the opportunity for the counter-attack by Tonga. Morath decides on the kick into the corner. Brilliant field position for his side. From the man, from one time from Clonakilty in Cork. This is a great platform again for Tonga. Beautifully judged kick. Defensive throw obviously at the line out for Ryden. Going long over the top. It works very well. And Carpenter, number 8, takes the ball on. Canadians almost catching Tonga offside there. There's some space then to get the ball clear, but not very far. James Pritchard under some pressure, into the wind, not able to gain much distance on his kick. Just after the hour mark, Tonga just shading it. 55% to 45% of territory and 62% to 38% of possession for Tongans. On the other hand, they've made more errors. Again, lack of basics by Tonga there. With a good platform. Takafta's throw, though, was not straight into the line-out. Tonga, the Sea Eagles. Ikaletahi.
Touch. Pause. Again.
Oh, long kick that time by Jonathan Kaplan before finally deciding to award the penalty against Canada.
Black binding on the arm. Tight binding on the arm. Got a bind.
Yeah, it was the binding that was at fault, he explains to Pat Ryden. And that's a bad error by Canada in this position. Jason Marshall, it would appear, the man penalised. On this side of the field, propping against Alisona Taumalolo. Jeff Sinclair, who's moved to the flank from second row, the try scorer, complaining in fact that he felt the scrum was taken down by Taumalolo. Morath's percentage of kicks gained has improved, obviously, with the wind in his favour in this second period. Yes, another successful kick then from Tonga's fullback of the day. Important score indeed for Tonga, now 7 points clear. Canada will need a converted try to get back on even Stevens. Corner trainer wearing 20. Then Aliosi Maasi wearing 16, the latest replacements on the field for the two sides. Richard Hooker for the Tongans.
7 more.
At centre for Canada.
Number 1.
Canada, though, inching their way up towards the 22, but then negating the chance by conceding the penalty. And it's so difficult anyway for Aaron Carpenter and his men to get up there. When they do, they must make the advantage count and look to get points from visits to the Tongan 22 if they're to get back in this game. Well, they were inching forward quite well from this position. Carpenter with the pickup. And that was the referee's decision going against the Canadian number 8. Harlow. There's the jinking, the scrum half. Showed there. Yami Mafu. But again, the error from Tonga, knocking the ball forward. Referee playing an advantage. Here's Jeb Sinclair, one of the bearded duo, takes it on. Good support play from the left wing again by Phil McKenzie. He's been fairly quiet recently. It is Carpenter again. Gets through the first tackle. Now it's composure that Canada needs. Sniping run by Ed Fairhurst. Under Monroe goes into play, scrum half. Now then, patience, that's what Canada need here. They have the opportunity to get back into this game now. Tightens the loose head prop first of all. Monroe. Good running. Connor Trainer. The advantage the referee had been playing is now over. Canada over the line for the try. Oh yes. To the delight of the Canadian fans in the stadium, the few of them, and also obviously the players on the field. Congratulations going to Connor Trainer 20 for the run, but it was Aaron Carpenter in the end who was on hand to get the touchdown. Game on once again then as Canada get back to potentially level even Stevens. Again, it was the error in the first place by Tonga, committed that time by Finau Marker. Connor Trainer, what a fantastic run by this young player, only on the field a matter of moments. Charging through, getting to within a few meters of the line. Ball recycled, and Aaron Carpenter strong enough to get the touchdown. .100% record too for James Pritchard so far in this game. Important 2 points coming up here certainly. Halfway out, hit by James Pritchard. This time, ball drifts wide of the posts. So just the 5-pointer then. Scored by Aaron Carpenter, his 8th international try, winning his 39th cap today. The lead for Tonga is down to 2 points. Carpenter this time, looking to get his side out of the 22. Ryan Hamilton wearing 16, again the replacement for Pat Ryden.
Good steal.
Canada going forward. That's the put in.
Good steal. They were going forward.
Huge number of missed tackles, and most of them 21 on the Tongan side, but they've had the possession, so it's Canada who've had to make the most of the tackles.
No, yeah.
Tonga building up the majority of the phases.
Crouch. Touch.
10.5 minutes
Pause.
left to play in this second period. Tonga too early, pushing too early, committing the offence, giving away the penalty. Carpenter and Kleeberger combined. Oh, he's shown good strength too, hasn't he, Kleeberger there? Looks to have lost the possession. Again, the referee was playing an advantage
20.
to Canada.
And
This
side
time
entry.
against Iona Kalamafoni. The replacement not rolling away. But if Tonga lose this game, they have no one to blame but themselves, because they've made so many errors. Been a lack of discipline as well in Finamaka's team. They look to have had this game, well, not in the back, but certainly getting towards that position when they scored a converted try earlier on in this half. Change for Tonga and scrum half then. Be a positional change, I'm sure. Just two backs on the replacements bench for them. Iongi, Taufa. Noah, allowing 10 and move into scrum half for Tonga. Canada again looking to build up the play then. And again the referee has penalised the Tongans. It's a long way out. Penalised for not joining them all correctly. But surely, it's no decision here for Canada, surely. Well, they're going for the corner. James Pritchard deciding the wind just too strong for him to go at goal. So Canada play the percentage game. Then after losing the impetus a little at the start of this second half, the Canucks have certainly come back into it very, very well indeed. Hamilton into the line-out for Pedmore. Missing since the 2000 World Cup until this summer. Brought back by Kieran Crowley for the first time in his regime. A man wearing 5. Canada must make their possession pay though in this position. Now the possession was good and safe. Good hands on the far side by Jed Sinclair as well. Ed Fairhurst wants the penalty, and I think that the referee might well agree with him. Collins guilty of trying to slow the ball down as Fairhurst pops it up for Monroe. Big tackle coming in, but still the chance, and here's the try. Phil McKenzie with the breakthrough score, surely for Canada. His third try in his last 3 games. Scored 2 in the last 2 against the USA in the warm-up games, and suddenly Canada are in front again. Did so much work, and good work, this man from the left wing in the first half, with work at Ruck and Maul. This time he's there near the breakdown again after the good play in the first place by Under Monroe. Phil McKenzie, the hero of the hour, surely for Canada. was James Pritchard from Bedford, looking to convert the try by Phil Mackenzie from Isha. Pritchard will get surely his 400 points in international rugby during this tournament. For his side, this is a very important kick indeed. No problems at all then for James Pritchard. And Phil Mackenzie only moved to the wing from the number 8 position after his college career. Scores the try from close range. Tonga is the man the Tonga are bringing on then, hoping he can get something to lift this game out of the fire for them. Tonga's play in the loose, of course, an outstanding feature of the Northampton Saints play over the last couple of seasons. Canada bringing on Nanyak Dala, young man born in Nigeria, moved to South Africa and then to Canada to further his career after his dad, and to further his medical career, had moved to North America. Nanyak Dala was very much in the frame for a place in the Canadian team in 2007, but then decided that his studies would come first. Tunguea Patao Malolo. And they're using the strength of corner trainer in midfield to protect the ball. That's what they need to do here. Jason Marshall left the field, replaced by Scott Franklin. Tonga with the advantage from the handling error by the Canadians.
Advantage over!
Had an advantage, but it's now over. They trail by 5 points. They need the try. They've lost the ball in contact now. Dala takes the ball up. Head in to Scott Franklin. But all the while, the referee was playing an advantage to Canada for the missed handling. We have a timeout with 4.5 minutes, 4 minutes and 29 seconds left on the clock. Canada looking to make it 3 from 3 in their World Cup campaigns against Tonga, losing the ball to Taufa, the replacement wearing 22, but then Taufa himself with the error that's given the ball back to Canada. Ex-Wellington man is for Akita Northern Bullets in Japan. And that man, one of the heroes for Canada in this game. If they can manage to hang on to the lead for this victory, he's done a great job for his side. 14 tackles made. Terrific figures.
The scrum is inside. The scrum is inside.
Played for the Rotherham Titans and Auckland in the ITM last season, before injury forced him to cut short his time in New Zealand. Clock is running again.
Crouch.
As Canada get the opportunity to feed the scrum.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Carpenter under pressure, gets the ball away though to his scrum half Fairhurst. A bit of a question is what he should do. Surely there was no question. As it is, the flyer, Viliame Yongi, wearing 21. who's on the field. Again, it's an advantage. Morath, who's moved up from full-back to outside half. Now then, here's the decision by Pinamaka. Just over 3 minutes on the clock. Yep, he has to go for the corner. They have to go for the try to win it. Try and conversion, of course, to win it. Didn't go right towards the corner that time, Kurt Morath. Just made sure it was safe. The platform is on the 22. Alamafoni, one of the targets for Aliosi Mahasi at the front of the line. Referee telling them they have a chance, they must use it rather. You have 2 opportunities in a position like that. He told them, you've had the one, now for the second. It's that man, Tonga Wea. Moa. Moved into scrum half, of course. Lokatui. It is who takes it on again. The Canadian fans in the crowd are starting a long distance countdown to the end of this game. We're coming up to 2 minutes to go. What a terrific piece of defensive play by Canada. No wonder they're congratulating each other. That might well have been the phase that has won the game for them at the end of the day. They have the scrum. Tonga, well, they had this game seemingly won earlier in this second half. But I tell you what, the Canadians have played so well in this game.
Just wait for my call, please.
They and Georgia with the longest unbeaten runs in World Rugby coming into this game.
Touch.
So, Georgia,
Pause.
the next hurdle.
Engage.
Big pressure on the Canadian scrum, but they get the foot in again. 1 minute of normal time to go at the end of this game. Canada leading by 25 points to 20. Big scrum this for Tonga.
Timeout. Timeout.
Referee has called a timeout with 46 seconds to go on the clock. Oh, what drama in Whangarei. Aaron Carpenter, I think it is, the try scorer earlier in this half. No, indeed, it's Jamie Cudmore. Now, he doesn't go down very often, I can tell you. Good time to get some treatment, though. Oh, obviously the clock has stopped. No, 23 tackles by the second row forward. Now the countdown can begin in earnest, surely, as far as Canada are concerned.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
It's only a penalty, of course. That will lead us on to further play in this game once the 80 minutes is reached. Now then, Canada, all they need to do, soak up the seconds. 1 or 2 further occasions. Dala can be the hero here. The 80 minutes is up. All Canada have to do now is to kick it off the park, and that is what they've done. A famous victory then for Canada against Tonga in their first match in Rugby World Cup 2011. To the delight of the players, they have come back after conceding points early in the second half to Tonga. 2 tries by number 30 in Siala Pietau. Not enough. At full time, Canada 25, Tonga 20.
Absolutely wonderful scenes in Whangarei as Canada beat Tonga, but just by a whisker. All the analysis and the breaking news from New Zealand when we return.